I decided to do this video because I noticed it was a lot of gossip being distributed about this Kamille Cupcake McKinley story, and a lot of things are just based on gossip and not facts. Some people deal off facts, like myself, so I wanted to make a video to show you facts about the case. Anything that I have on this case, I'm going to cite the sources at the end. It's almost irresponsible for some people to spread gossip because we all know gossip can start off as something small, some type of lie, and by the time it goes through so many people, it can turn out to a huge lie and actually be troublesome for somebody's character and destroy somebody's character. So what we're going to do with the case, we're just going to deal strictly off facts. I'm going to cite the sources. October the 12th, 2019. At around 8:30, Kamille has become missing. The family searches for Kamille, and after about 3.5 hours, they can't locate Kamille, so they call law enforcement. Around midnight, the Birmingham Police Department, along with the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, issue an Amber Alert. Kamille is described as 3 years old. She's 60 pounds. She has brown eyes and black hair. She was last seen wearing a leopard print Mickey Mouse outfit, and her shoes were left in the parking lot where she was last seen. Now, if you zoom in a little bit on that slide towards the middle, you can see Tom Brown Village, and this is where the incident has taken place. Okay, this is Dominique McKinley, Cupcake's dad. He did an interview with several different news stations, just basically saying what the past few hours had been like for him. Now he's asking whoever has Cupcake to bring her back home. He also mentions briefly about the cousin that was supposed to have been watching Cupcake, and he also speaks about Cupcake's mom. If you want to see the full interview, you can go to WBRC.com or NBC 13 to watch the full video of Dominique.
Around about 10 minutes to 9, I got a call, and I got a call saying my daughter was missing, that she was attending the kids' party, and I waited a few moments, and I gave a little time, called back 3 minutes later, and the police and detectives stuff here, and then that's when they said my daughter just was abducted, missing. For the most part, I just want my daughter back. I pay anything, I put up anything, anybody that know anything what's going on. They know my daughter, everybody know me, they know Cupcake. You know anything going on, you know me, you know I put up anything to bring that baby back home. I just really most important to get my baby back.
Describe what overnight last night was for you. I'm sure you didn't get much sleep.
Well, I ain't gonna get no sleep. I've been out all night. I looked through everything around here, every empty school, every abandoned building, and I won't stop. I won't stop. It's gonna be an all-week thing. I got my own family. I got folks looking. I got folks looking right now. I got folks looking center point everywhere. But if anybody see anything, if anybody see Cupcake, please bring me my Cupcake back home. I'll do anything to get Cupcake back.
Tell us what she's like.
Cupcake. You really won't know what she like. She's not friendly. That much I do know, so kind of got me feeling some type of way. But she's a good little girl. She's sweet. She's real lovable. Everybody like Cupcake, and you know she's just a pretty little girl. You know when you see her, and she got the most prettiest eyes, so you gonna run up to her anyway. And you know she just got a lot of family and a lot of people that care about her. Most important part that she's just a good girl. She's just a baby. And whatever the situation is, whatever they got going on, you know, it don't concern her, or whatever they had going on over here in these projects, I really don't know. My most concern is getting this baby back home. And if the public can help me find out with my daughter, that I'd be more than thankful. I'd be more than happy to pay. Whatever. I just want my baby to come back.
What would
I
you
won't
say?
stop.
What would you say to the person who has her?
What would I say to the person that have her? You really want to know?
Probably not.
I do. I mean, this is a parent's worst nightmare.
Well, right now, I don't know who have her. So, I really can't say what I do. But I would just call y'all if I would see my daughter. I call let the authorities know, you know. And like I said, we own it. I got folks looking. If we see her, we following them, we calling y'all. You know what I'm saying? To the person who did do this, like, it's sick, man. There's enough going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what justice will a 3-year-old girl do you? Especially you're a grown man, like, what justice would that do you?
And this is video footage on October 13th of April Thomas, who has been identified as the mother of Kamille Cupcake Mckinney.
If anybody see Cupcake, just call her name. Don't call her Kamille. She answers to Cupcake. Y'all see the baby? Please just bring her back. I mean, why you choose her? Let's go.
The Birmingham Police Department has released images containing a suspected vehicle, which was described by one of the witnesses, and in that suspected vehicle was traced back to a suspect. Police are looking for the citizen who lives in Center Point, Alabama, spotted the suspect's car in her neighborhood condo complex and called in Crime Stoppers. The SWAT team, along with the FBI, came in and arrested Patrick Starworth, age 39, and Derricks Arisha. Now, Derrick is no stranger to a criminal past. This is directly from AL.com, and this is an article about Derrick Brown's past criminal history. 3 kids abducted by mother in Jefferson County safe after a police crash. This is dated July 13th, 2018. An early morning armed abduction in Jefferson County ended Friday afternoon following a police crash and chase. Derricks Arisha Brown, age 27, was taken into custody after 2 p.m. on Courtyard I and 40th Street in Ensley. Neither she nor her 3 young daughters were injured in the crash with a Jefferson County Sheriff's SUV. Brown was held in the Jefferson County Jail on 3 kidnapping charges. Her bond was set at $90,000. Authorities earlier Friday issued a missing child alert for her 5-year-old twins and their young sister from Northeast Jefferson County. The twins, Heavenly and Heaven Brown, and sister 2-year-old Blessings Neal, were taken at gunpoint in Jefferson County, according to the Alabama law enforcement agencies. No pictures of the kids were immediately available. All three children were taken by their custodian mother, Brown. Authorities said she had lost custody of her children Thursday and had been placed in DHR custody with a family member. The abduction happened about 7 a.m. when she went to a family member's home on Colonial Cove in Northeast Jefferson County and reportedly abducted. Brown's lawyer successfully argued in a 2018 motion that it was undisputed Brown's children had been placed with a paternal relative of the children on the day before the alleged kidnapping, following a meeting between Brown and DHR. While a safety plan was developed and enacted, the attorney argued that family court was not involved in that plan, and therefore there was no legal order prohibiting Brown from having her children. Quote, indeed, the state may be able to present a set of facts to the grand jury that will bring about indictments, but not pursuant to the statute which the defendant is currently charged, absent injecting words into the statute which does not exist, wrote Brown's attorney, Gregory Johnson. It would be a miscarriage of justice to maintain these current charges just to give the state the opportunity to present a set of facts to secure indictments at some future date. Brown was rearrested Tuesday on the indictments and remains held in the Jefferson County Jail on bonds totaling $135,300. A court date at that time had not been set. So what you see now on your screen are the charges that Derrick Brown has. I got this information directly from the county sheriff's office. As you can see here at the bottom, the number 1, 2, and 3, those are from the incidents when she kidnapped her own kids and she didn't come back to court. So she got a failure to appear. Anytime you get a failure to appear, you will not be able to have a bond. The charges above that, number 4, this is in direct regards to Cupcake McKinley's case. Now, the 5th and 6th charge, it looks like those are for something recent. I'm not sure. Maybe she got into a fight or something at jail. I don't know, so I can't really speak on it. Now, this slide contains information about Patrick Stallworth. As you can see, he has 8 different charges. The first charge on his is in direct regards to the Cupcake McKinley's case. The charges that he were initially arrested on, that would be the child pornography with the intent to distribute the child porn. These suspects are in custody. However, Cupcake McKinley is still missing. There has been no sign of Cupcake McKinley. The suspects were arrested in Center Point, Alabama. The entire complex where they lived was searched. Still no sign of Cupcake.
Amber alert for a 3-year-old girl snatched from her Birmingham housing complex.
Kamille Mckinney, she was taken Saturday night while playing with other children at a birthday party in a yard at the Tom Brown Public Housing Complex. Her 10-year-old brother, he witnessed someone grabbing her and he called police. Now, last night, police found a vehicle that they believe was used in that abduction. 2 persons of interest are now in custody, but there's no sign of little Kamille. Well, Birmingham Police Chief Patrick Smith says that Amber Alert is now being expanded to neighboring states.
John Huddleston joins us live outside the Birmingham Police Command Post. John, what are you learning now?
Sarah, Janet, when asked if investigators thought that if Kamille was even still in Birmingham, even still in the state, Chief Patrick Smith says they really have no idea. Part of the reason they are expanding their net right now with this search. At this hour, 2 persons of interest are still in custody being detained. The chief says they are being interviewed extensively, but they still don't know where this little 3-year-old girl is. Chief Smith also adding they do think others were involved in this abduction. Mayor Randall Woodfin also speaking today, asking people to stay vigilant and prayerful.
This doesn't just affect Kamille's family or the neighborhood she was in, but it affects our entire city. And so what I want all of us to do is not only pray for Kamille and hopefully she's returned safely, but I want us to also pray for her family.
Police say that Mckinney was kidnapped around 8:30 Saturday night here at the Tom Brown Village. Officers have been out here today canvassing this area as well as the area where the persons of interest were located, as well as that vehicle on Sunday evening. If you know anything, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. We're live today in Birmingham. John Huddleston, WBRC Fox 6 News on your side.
Thank you, John. Well,